Good morning, traders, and this is your Dax daily review. So yesterday was a non-event as expected, nothing really going on there. We did end up with another spinning top and a red one at that. That is pretty much a fairly, how do I put it, a potentially fairly strong reversal signal is happening. I'd like to see a third star, so you get a cluster of three shooting stars like that, or three range bars, three spinning tops, whatever you want to call them. But when you get three indecision days like that, it normally indicates a reversal. Okay, so I'm still long term. I'm still reckon we're going to be short this DAX. I think there's still a dogfight going on at this level, and the reason why we're having a dogfight at the level is because we are at the neckline of this head and shoulders. Okay, so that's the reason for it. We're still in the alligator here, and this is on the monthly. Even if I look on the weekly here, we have broken through the alligator and we're pointing up, but at this stage we've got the first day has been a non-event. Okay, we've got a potential double top here. Okay, and we're pretty much in an area where I'm really expecting some sellers to step in shortly. I'm not sure what they're waiting for, unless they're waiting for that area there, which probably looks the most logical after a breakthrough of here. Okay, anyway, let's get down to time frames we can trade. And as you can see on the 4 hour, lots of indecision, pin bars, pretty much nothing going on. And then we've got this confirmation engulfing bar as well. So we've got a double top, okay, which pretty much broke out. I'm going to use this level here. So there's my double top, not a decent one, but that is a double top nevertheless. And we've broken down. Okay, so by the looks of things, we are looking to find some support somewhere, and the only support you're going to find is down there, and then there's a gap. Okay, so let's just move to the hour, see if there's anything different there. As you can see, last 3 days actually, because that was an up day, but the last 2 days have been pretty much non-events. We've got this 1 hour pin bar, we gap down, we've got more pin bars here, we rallied a bit, closed the gap, and then we fell off again. So if we look at the hour, we've had a breakdown of the alligator, we've had a retest of the alligator, and now we've gone sideways. So short-term view for me right now is this is looking short. Okay, so just trade with the alligator on the lower time frames, I think, for the Dow, for the DAX, and which basically means you want to be short. So how we want to do that is we're looking for a break below this fractal. Actually, let's just get this on the half hour, probably 12 minutes better. Okay, so I don't like these kind of things where we, on the 12 minutes, you can see when you've got a trend not even forming on the 12 minute, then you know you've got potential chaos coming. Okay, anyway, back to the half hour. I think that's going to be the easiest to trade off. So your short is basically either a break below 11,950, or if we do rally, which is possible, we can come back to this area here of 11,978, which would still be below the alligator. Then any price action there that you see, for example, a spinning top or a pin bar, what you're going to be looking for is a break below that price action pattern. Okay, there wasn't anything really there that stood out, but you can see here it was an hour of nothing which stood out for a move to the top. So a break above this bar here is what you were looking for. Okay, so don't try to take a long off this fractal here. Remember the rules. If you are below the alligator and the fractal is below the red line, the teeth of the alligator. A break above it is not a valid long signal. Your nearest valid long signal is a break of that fractal there at 1200. Okay, so a break below this fractal here would give you a short, and your stop loss will be right over there at 11.9, probably 11.970 would be the safest one. Now, the nice thing about this little short setup here is it's only a 17-point stop loss, or call it 20-point stop loss. Leave some room for your trading fees. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. But it's not set in concrete. It's still very topsy-turvy. There's a lot of green and red bars, lots of prices almost in equilibrium. Which basically means that the bulls and the bears are both very unsure about what to do here. Okay, and it's very evident when you look at the 12 minutes. I mean, look at this period here of just total confusion. Then we had the sellers coming in here. They kept selling off, pretty much selling off the alligator, as you can see. And then we meandered into the alligator towards the close. Okay, the other thing that you look at on the oscillator, see how the oscillator is now grouped in the overbought territories, and we're still kind of below the alligator. So, you can bring the Bull-Williams trading theory in onto the 12-minute. Okay, but now if you look at the 12-minute, your fractal breaks either side is a valid trade, because this is above the alligator. We've had one crossover. Ideally, you want 3 crossovers. So you want all 3 of them crossed over and pointing up, and then a break of the fractal, but that's still a valid signal for a long, and that's also a valid signal for a short. So, I think for me, it's a wait and see game. Just wait and see for the Europe Open. Leave the pre-market alone, and then wait for 9 a.m. European time just to see which direction we're going to take. We do have a gap to the upside, which is still open, and we also have a gap to the downside, which is quite far away, which is open. Dax loves closing gaps, loves aiming for them. So, I think it's another day of confusion unless we get some kind of news or something which is going to drive price later today. So anyway, guys, again, I suppose not much help for you today. I think for me, my bias is still to the short on the DAX. I do think something's going to happen here, but I think the half hour is the time frame I want to look at, and if I look at the half hour, then I'm looking for the shorts. Any break above here, I'm going to be a bit hesitant until I get a half hour change in direction. So in other words, we get something like this with the alligator. Okay, and let's see if there's any bigger patterns. Yeah, there's no other bigger patterns. I suppose the only other one that we do have is that trend line at the moment. So that could be a flat bottom triangle. It could also be a wedge though, forming. No, take your pick. Okay, so in other words, total confusion. And when we hit situations like this, I'm really only looking for a relatively higher time frame, which would be the 30, and that is the close is basically a bullish pattern that's happened as well. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it for me at the moment. The trend is kind of up. We don't really have a reversal, but we're so far from the alligator that I would really expect some kind of pullback to come and test this breakout to close this gap at the bottom. That's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. Okay, but until we get some price action that indicates what's actually going to be going on, I will sit on the sides and wait. Okay, so these two fractal levels here are obviously the ones that I'm looking for. So break below 11,950 for the short, and I want to say a break above 11,200 is probably a close above 11.200 is probably going to be the safest bet because this is not a valid long signal, not while we're below the alligator. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Probably, hopefully, not another day of chaos yesterday. Maybe we pick up a trend, but I think my bias at the moment is still to the short side. Okay. Anyway, hope it helped you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.